YouTube, it's me, Lily, and it's been about 2 weeks since I made another video, and I just first want to say I'm so sorry. So much has been going on in my house since 2 weeks ago. So let me just try to recap. So 2 weeks ago, I've got my little weight journal thing here. 2 weeks ago was the 17th? No, I'm sorry, was the 10th. And my weigh-in weight at that day was 231.8. So then last week I should have made a video for a week later for week 3 for myself, but I didn't, and I will go into why I didn't do that. But my weight then was 227.6. So that was a weight loss of 4 pounds, 4.2 pounds, something like that. And this week, which is Tuesday the 24th, I weigh 224.8. Yay! I'm getting so much closer to the two teens, which I'm very excited about. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm getting really close to my first milestone, which was when I had lap band, the lowest weight I ever got was 211. And that was probably 8 months into having the lap band. And my starting weight then was only 244. And I got down to 211 after about 8 months. And that was only because I stopped eating basically everything because everything was making me sick because my band was too tight. And I was just really stubborn and didn't want to loosen up the band again because I was finally seeing a weight loss. I was also living on mushrooms and spring mix salad, which kind of sucked. But, I was stubborn at that point, but now I'm so much healthier now that I've had the gastric bypass, and I'm really excited to get to 211 or 210.8 or whatever, because then I will be lower than I ever got with lap band in the 3 years that I had it, and I'm getting close, 224.8. So pretty soon I'll be in the two teens, and then after that I will be 211 or less, hopefully soon. Anyways, so last week, why didn't I make a video? Well, my boyfriend went away on a business trip for like 4 days. So I had the house to myself, and I was like, perfect, I will make a video because the house will be nice and quiet and there'll be no, issues. And my sister was staying with me to keep me company because I get really bored when I'm home alone. And the first night was fine. We watched movies, had fun. Second night, we found that there was a spider infestation in my house. And yeah, it wasn't really an infestation. It was like five of them. But I'm terrified of bugs. Horrified, horrified. Like they're the worst. And we saw one and I freaked out and we killed it. And then like an hour later we're watching a movie. I look over and in the exact same spot as the second one, like zombie spiders. Oh my god. So we kill that one. And at that point I'm like, it's kind of weird that two spiders in the exact same spot, this is just weird because my house I've never had bugs, which is great for me because I'm so scared of them, but there's like never any bugs. And now there's two in a row. So then I start like I go and I grab my raid and I've got like 18 bottles of it, which is probably why there's never any bugs in my house. And so we just start like bottle after bottle just like letting loose in the house. And during that time I found three more spiders. I mean, granted, I was down in the basement, but I don't care. I don't care. There was spiders in my house, and basically, I was not gonna stay in the house all week while my boyfriend was gone, knowing that there was potential for more spiders. So we basically let off about four whole cans of Raid throughout the entire house. But that wasn't before we packed up the cat and the dog in the car, we put them in their carriers, and I said, I'm going to my mom's house for the week. Forget this. And fortunately, my mom lives really close by, so we just packed up and let off all those cans of Raid. Just let the house sit for a couple days, nice and closed up, killing all those bugs. By the time my boyfriend got home, I haven't seen a single bug since. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it was nice weather and it's springtime now, and we've had a couple of like 80 plus degree days. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't seen spiders since, so I'm okay. And I'm at home, as you can see, so whatever. I'm ridiculous, I know. So I spent the whole week at my mom's house, and there was no way I was gonna be able to make a video there. So By the way, I keep bouncing the video. I'm lazy and I'm just sitting on my couch right now because I'm doing this on my laptop. So I have my laptop propped up on a pillow right now. So sorry if it just keeps bouncing. But I'm trying to keep it at a good level here. Anyways, so that was last week. Eating was kind of boring last week. I was kind of getting aggravated with things. I felt like I was eating the same thing every day because, well, I really was. I was doing like a poached egg every single day for breakfast because it was like my safe food. I knew like, oh, there's no problem. I can eat it. It's healthy. It's an egg. You know, you get all that protein in the white. You get a little bit of fat in the yolk, which is fine because I'm not getting fat anywhere else anyway. So I was doing that with like a little bit of salsa and onion chopped up on top. And I just felt like all I'm eating is eggs. It's so boring. You know, eggs then, and then I would have a half of an apple that I would peel the skin off of, and then I would take some Greek yogurt and add a Splenda to it and some cinnamon, which if you haven't done that, it's great. And you dip your apples in it. So good. And I would eat that as another meal. I'd have like a string cheese as a meal. I would have some sort of chicken or turkey chili that I had made like an overabundance of and I'd froze and just kept, thawing some and eating that. And it was basically, I felt like that's all I was eating every day. It drove me crazy. Then I tried Chipotle last week and it was phenomenal. It was so great. What I used to always get Chipotle was the burrito bowl with rice and, and all the fixins. But I can't have rice anymore, at least not for a very long time. So I was like, you know what? Let me look into it. And I looked into it, and the nutrition isn't really that bad at all. Like Chipotle is probably one of the few takeout places you can get just great food. It's all organic, farm raised, it's happy food and happy meat before it hits your plate. So I ended up getting a barbacoa burrito bowl, which is just the shredded steak, which is what I always got before anyway. So I knew I liked it. But what I did was I got double beans of both beans, no rice, the barbacoa meat, the sauteed peppers and onions. That's the fajita part. And then I just literally all the sauces. I told them like, extra of the chunky tomato and some of the spicy one and a little tiny bit of the corn because I'm not really supposed to use the corn. So I just said, just very light on that. So, by every time I had a serving of it, it was probably, like 4 kernels of corn. It wasn't anything too bad. And I told them very light on the cheese. No sour cream, no lettuce, none of that other stuff I used to get. And it was great. The first time I ate a surprising amount of it. I mean, nothing like I used to be able to eat, but I ate a lot more than I thought I could. And it worried me a little. But yesterday I went to a nutrition group at MGH, and they told me that sometimes I'll be able to eat something and I'll be able to eat a lot of it, and sometimes I won't. And sometimes it'll be the same food, and sometimes it'll be different foods. And they said basically, if I'm able to eat a lot of something, it's probably at this point, it's probably because my body needs the nutrients that are in it, and my body's allowing me to because I need it. And when I stop and think about it, I had some, red meat in there, the steak, and I had lots of vegetables and lots of beans. And when you think about it, maybe because all I was eating before was eggs and yogurt and apples, maybe my body needed all that other stuff. And that's why it was allowing me to. But it's funny because that first night that I got it, I ate a lot more than I thought I could. And then the next day, I was like, well, I still have, 3/4 of this giant burrito bowl left. Let me go make some more. And I couldn't even get a cup of it down. I measured out a cup of it, and I couldn't even get like a half of it down. And I tried again later that day. I still couldn't. I was doing like half a cup. So I realized that maybe that's exactly what it was. My body just needed it at that one moment. And the next day, my body was like, hey, I don't need it. So anyway, so that was my little endeavor with Chipotle, and they will definitely be a another frequented restaurant of mine because it was very healthy. Lots of veggies, lots of beans, a little bit of meat, and delicious. Okay, and it was one of my favorites before surgery. So that's a good. That was a nice little surprise to realize that I can actually eat something that I didn't make myself because I was getting a little crazy just eating the same thing. This week, eating has become a little bit easier. I've I've tried steak that I've cooked myself. I bought sirloin tips and was able to eat, I don't know, maybe like a half of a tip or quarter of a tip. It wasn't much. But, I sauteed up some onions and peppers and mushrooms with it, just, pan fried with Pam. Like when I say saute, I don't mean I add oil to anything. I just literally like spray the Pam on the pan and throw the stuff in and kind of sweat it out and then let it, caramelize a little. But I ate that and that was great. And I have tried chicken and that was I mean, I'm really surprised. Everything is going down pretty easily. I had tilapia a couple nights ago, and that was the first time I've tried just cooking, white fish. Went down great too. I added a little guacamole with that, and then what I did was I tried to wean down the guacamole a little, so I added salsa to it, mixed it all up, ate that with the fish, and it was so good. I bought these vegetables. They're Weight Watcher friendly or whatever, so they're semi-healthy. By the Jolly Green Giant, is that the name of the brand? Green Giant maybe. It's by that brand. It's broccoli with cheese, and they're called Just for One. And you get like 4 packets. They're like probably like this big. Where's the camera? They're like this big, and they're just these little individual, and you get 4 in a pack, and it's the cheese, like very low fat cheese, and very, very sparingly. There's not a lot in there at all, but some sort of cheese sauce and broccoli. You pop it in the microwave for like a minute, steams itself in the container because you leave the plastic wrap on. You just like vent one side. And perfect size for me because I can eat like a quarter or half of it. So 1 packet, I'm able to make like 3 or 4 meals as my vegetable with my meal. And it's perfect because I don't have to make a whole big batch of it and then sit there and look at it, and watch it go bad or try to force my boyfriend to eat his green vegetables and he won't. Um, but yeah, I mean, they're a great little buy. I had a coupon for them, that's why I bought them. And I probably would buy them again because, like I said, it's a little bit of cheese on it. But when you look, there's like barely any fat. It's like 1 gram. And they're not too bad and they taste pretty good and they're perfect portion size to be a few meals. Anyways, I think my video is too long, so this was just my recap of 2 week overview, and I will make another video kind of talking more about this week and what I learned at my nutrition group. So stay tuned, and there'll be another video shortly. Bye, guys!